Hey, here with Gridiron Football Media Day 2024. Here with Coach Carruth, Catholic Point Coupee. Coach, what's going on, man?
Oh, nothing much. Just glad to be here. Appreciate the coverage.
Good deal, man. Coach, we're gonna just dive into it. We're gonna just you give us some things that you guys been doing this summer, getting prepared for the season.
Just working out. Just doing the stuff everybody does. Hopefully, we do it a little bit better. Working out. We're going 5 days a week during the summer.
Okay.
Every morning, working out, conditioning drills. 7-on-7, all that stuff that everybody does. So our boys been working really hard. That's one thing about all of our players at Catholic Point Coupee. From the time of Hightower through Semino and still now, the work ethic is ingrained in our program.
Gotcha. So what year is this for you there?
This is my second year.
Okay, second year. Yeah. Tell us about some of the things you guys did this spring. Did you guys do spring?
We did. Small school. So many guys playing baseball, running track. So I just let them do those other sports, and once they get done, then I'll take them.
Gotcha. Who are some of the guys that we'll see this year that'll be taking over some of those key roles? I know you lost some seniors last year, and you're rebuilding and forming this new team for the 24 season. Give us some of those key players or some of those guys that'll be stepping up.
Yeah, we lost 10 seniors, so on a 1A team, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But we've got a lot of guys that are ready to step up and take ownership of those roles. Guys that didn't start in these spots last year, but are really ready to step up. Our quarterback, Jude Morrison, he'll be a junior.
Okay.
He's a special talent. He's been really impressive over the summer, just making throws that you don't see most high school quarterbacks make. The way he's processing information, understanding where the ball needs to go. It's just like every practice, he gets faster with his reads. And Cohen Higginbotham is one that I brought to do one of these interviews. He's going to step up big time for us. He played a good bit last year on defense, but this year he's going to be a two-way guy playing receiver for us and outside linebacker. Micah Nipple is just a sophomore, but he played last year as our running back too.
Okay.
Had almost 600 yards last year just as a backup role. He's going to be really dynamic. And a lot of guys up front, and we lost 3 out of 5 guys on the offensive line.
Okay.
But we don't believe that we're going to miss a beat at all with that unit because guys have stepped up. Colby Canizera, Jacob Cavallero, Zane Saunier, Nick Vosberg, Graham Roy. We've got just a collection of guys that we believe are going to step into those roles and we won't miss a beat. In addition with the guys that we have coming back that we really relied on last year that are just going to take it to another level this year.
Good deal. So what are some things we'll see scheme-wise, offensively and defensively this season?
We're still going to be a physical team up front. Before I took over, they'd been running the flex bone for a long time.
Right.
Last year we spread it out, went in the gun, but we were still a very run-heavy team. We had a quarterback that was a really good athlete, and he was a runner. And going from flex bone, decade plus of flex bone to the spread is hard to do in 1 year, especially when we only had a couple months. I didn't get hired till June, so making that transition in 2 months is kind of hard to do to go full spread.
Right.
So we still ran the ball for over 3,000 yards last year, and the spread only threw it for a little over 1,000. This year, I believe you're going to see those numbers even out some. We're still going to be a very physical team. We're still going to be run first in the spread, but you're going to see a lot more passing on offense. Because we have a lot more capability to do that. Our quarterback has put in a lot of work. He understands the offense. He's a really talented thrower of the football. We got some receivers that have now another year of experience in the spread where they're running routes now and catching balls instead of just blocking. They may throw it 10 times a year. So just the experience going from flex bone to spreading it out a little bit now, the second year in that system, should really help open things up for us. And defensively, our philosophy is we're going to stop the run, which we did a great job of last year. We're really good up front. We've got probably the 2 best linebackers in our district, if not the state, for 1A. So we're going to be physical. We're going to punch you in the mouth on defense. Last year we ran an odd front most of the time. This year we're transitioning to a 4 down because we just have more depth along the line than we do at those other spots. We got too many linemen to just have some of them sitting over on the side. So we said, how can we get our best 11 guys on the field? And it was shifting from a 3 down to a 4.
Are any of your linemen playing both ways?
Almost all of them.
Okay, all right.
We have a small roster, so most of our guys are playing both ways. But as a coach, I would like to have some more depth and not have everybody going both ways. But that's how they like
That's
it.
what it is. All right.
They want it. Even our stud left tackle and defensive tackle, Rory Lambert. He's 6'5", 315 pounds, and playing every snap of a game. Last year in one of our playoff games, funny story, they had a stud that was going against him. They were just going at it the whole game. But that other guy kept getting subbed in and out, giving him a breather. And finally, in the second half, at one point, Rory turns to him and says, "Go on, get you a break. I'll still be here when you get back."
Yeah, man, it's always good to have guys like that that's ready to go and in shape. So I guess that says a lot for you guys. Strength program and weight program too as well. I know it's the second year for the cycle for the schedule. You say you got in late last year, so you basically obviously you had to play that schedule, but you had a chance this year. Did you make the schedule, or you had people in there, or what does this 2-year cycle look like?
Yeah, I made our schedule for this upcoming cycle, and we're outside of our district games. We're playing up. We don't shy away from competition. We're playing multiple 4A schools. We got the 2A school mixed in there, so we don't shy away from competition. Our kids want that. If I put a bunch of cupcakes just to get some wins on the schedule, our kids would be mad at me.
Correct.
They want to play tough schools. So we're playing, opening up with 2A Red River, 4A Archbishop Hammond, 4A Livonia.
Okay.
So we don't shy away from competition. We're going to play up, not just for the sake of getting those extra power points, which are needed, but because we want to be ready come district time. And we played those teams that have a lot more players than us, have more depth, and we've been through that gauntlet. Right now we're ready to go once we start facing teams that are more our size.
Right. But what's that one game that's scheduled, or 1 or 2 games that's on the schedule? They're all big games, like all the coaches have been telling me. But what's that one game that say, okay, this gonna pack the stadium? This one, a lot of the fans that they circle on their schedule, or a lot of the community that is.
Well, there's 2 that really jump out. The first one, even though it's on the road for us, it's Livonia.
Okay.
'Cause that's right down the road,
yeah.
And that's a rivalry that hadn't been played in a few years, so we brought it back. And then week 10, we're playing Opelousas Catholic. Last year, we were the top 2 teams in the district.
Okay.
So with that game at our place this year, week 10, you can expect our stadium to be packed out and rocking.
We packed out, man. We're gonna definitely circle those on our schedule over here at Gridiron. Tell us about your admin. I know it's year 2. Tell us about the support that they're giving you guys, and and how you feel about that.
Yeah, we've got a great administration at Catholic Point Coupee. That's one thing that really attracted me to the school was good administration in place, parental support. Our parents are at everything, and they do so much for our program. And our administration, I think you'd be hard pressed to find a better one. Last year, we had to make a coaching change after the season had already started with a position on our staff, and our assistant principal stepped in as a coach to fill that void because he knew we needed it. Because at that point it was too late for us to bring somebody else in. He stepped in to be our defensive coordinator while also juggling the role of being the assistant principal and having a new baby. So that just shows how great our administration is at the school. They saw we needed something. He hadn't even coached football up to that. I mean, he had in the past, but not that year leading up to it. He was,
didn't hesitate to jump in.
It was out of sight, out of mind, and then he knew we needed it, and he jumped right in there.
Oh, man, that looked good right there, man. Is there anything that you want to say to your Point Coupee family out there, as this season getting geared up?
Yeah, I just want to thank them for all their support. I mentioned earlier we've got incredible support from our parents and our community. Anything that we need at all, most of the time they just do it before I can even ask for it. They constantly show up for everything, whether it's a game, event, fundraiser, cleanup, whatever. We have the best parents, the best community support of any school that I've ever seen.
Good deal. Well, man, we look forward to following you guys throughout this year. throughout this 24 journey. And if there's anything that you need from us over here at Gridiron Football, maybe only one call away.
I appreciate it.
Man. You're here with Gridiron Football, Media Day 2024. Stay locked in.